morning, evening, and afternoon, and welcome to part 2 of Aokana. Aokana, Ao no Kanata no fō rizumu. I guess I still gotta work on my intro there, but it'll do for now. So, today we'll be continuing on with Aokana. The first part was enjoyable. I really enjoyed the build, the characters, and learning something new. It was interesting. As you've obviously seen the first episode, the translation was a bit there, here and there for me, but it'll obviously do it's really something minor, so it's not that bad. So far overall, good thoughts. Because I'm quite interested in one thing I enjoy when there is a good backstory, something that has laid the grounds to something that could be further explained or further looked into in the future. Specifically, Masaya's, yeah, pretty sure that's the main character's name. Masaya's past, where he thought of himself as someone. Oh, I mean, he was young when he was thinking this, so it's normal to think this when you're young. He was thought of himself as the best. Nobody could beat him when it comes to the anti-graviton shoes, or flight, I should say. But he was beaten, lost all motivation to continue that goal of his, and just drifted away from it. So, from what we could tell from the teacher as well, Aoi, how it was unusual for him to have flown with Asuka in the beginning of the school. So it's interesting to see what she has to say about it, and how he will transition from reluctantly using it, or not really enjoy using the shoes, to gradually start using them more and more. Because we can expect that to be the core focus of the story. As for the characters so far that we've met, I don't think I've met the final heroine, bad at pronouncing that, yet. But we have met Asuka, the girl with the pink reddish hair, Misaki, who is I think it was Misaki, the one with the low blood pressure, for the bad early mornings, but gets a bit energetic at the end of the day. Mashiro is the Kohai, the underclassman that we've just met now. Aoi is the teacher, and Madoka is the class representative. As for the characters, the main heroines, I should say, that we know so far, it's Asuka, Misaki, and Mashiro. I'm pretty sure that the fourth one is the one we have yet to meet, which is this one here. And before I decide on the route, I should say, on the order of going about Aokana, I want to meet the fourth one, get to know them all, and then decide on them from there onwards as well. It's been a while since I've done actually not really been a while, it's just the 9th series was really long, which was linear in a sense, so yeah, pretty long intro, but yeah, let's see how this is going to go from here onwards. We just met up with Mashiro, so what's going to happen here? Oh no, it's all good, it's my fault anyway. Oh wait, no, that was her. Yeah, sorry, my bad. It's just they were both Mars. Two of us end up apologizing to each other for a while. I'm guessing you came to get Misaki? Oh, they know each other.
Hi, もちろんです.
No idea why she's acting like that's only natural, but moving on. Want me to call Misaki?
ありがとうございます。助かります。
Here she adds at the end, that'd be great, but also that'd be a great help. That'd be really helpful. Hey, Misaki. I call out to Misaki, who's still in the classroom. Tell her that Arisaka's waiting for her after that. Wait, sorry. Tell her that Arisaka's waiting for her. After that... Alright, I'm heading out now.
ありがとうございました、日向先輩。気をつけてお帰りくださいね。
Well, I'm not going home yet. Don't worry about it. See you. I walk away, leaving behind a puzzled Arisaka.
お待たせ。美咲先輩。
The new type of thing she was saying at the end there was more like... It almost is similar to a hug. It's more like she was pressing herself against her, I'm guessing. From also what we've said here. So yeah is a bit... I mean, sure, but not really.
いやいや、そんなにくっついてこなくていいよ、ましろちゃん。って、あれ？まさやは？あちらへ。もう帰られました。下駄箱と反対方向に？
Well, I was expecting more because all she said was, eh? Like, what? In a sense, like, sure. Not that extra information.
まさか、例の手つなぎちゃんか？
Did she not? Oh yeah, I forgot. She was probably really sleepy in the morning, so she didn't hear the teacher calling him out. I head over to the faculty room, leaving Misaki and the other two behind. The other two? They're talking about the class representative, or... Sorry, just 1 second. I don't want to do this too many times, I'm just quite curious. Yeah, I don't think it mentions anything about two people, so I think that itself is a mistranslation. Okay. Excuse me. I think that excuse me was more like the shireshimasu, like when you enter a room. Right as I enter the faculty room, I see a hand waving me over from Aoi-san's desk in the back left corner. I'm guessing it's either this side at the other side here, or that side there. It's hard to tell which side we entered from. This side or this side. I feel a bit uneasy since I've got no clue what she wants, but I head over regardless.
寄り道しなかったみたいだな。いい心がけだ。
She's in the middle of enjoying an after-work coffee, sitting there in her chair with her usual lax posture. Honestly, with the way she dresses, I'm not sure where to look. Okay, her milky thighs enter my sight no matter what I do, so I'm unable to ignore them. Funny thing is, this is actually an improvement. She used to wear a miniskirt until other teachers talked her down.
どうした先生のことじっと見つめて。ここで突然の告白でもするのか？
What do you want? She brought up something pretty awkward, so I'm just gonna cut to the chase.
可愛げがなくなったな、マサヤ。まあいい。話ってのはこのことだ。
She shows me a paper that she prepared beforehand. About Asuka. On the left is a photo and the right name and address. Beneath that, I can see a breakdown of academic accomplishments and lists of references. Not something you'd show another student. I recognize the name and face instantly. Why wouldn't I when it's still fresh in my memories? I think in my mind would be a better word, but okay. This is... Aoi-san speaks up, a wide grin on her face as I sit there in silence. I thought we were standing. Okay.
当然覚えてるよな。倉科明日香。今日手続きをしたばかりの転校生だ。
How does she know I know her? Don't tell me. Wait, don't tell me you saw us together this morning? She returns a hearty nod before she replies.
ああ、仲良さそうに手をつないでるところまでな。
Okay. I don't think she said the second part, but I didn't hear it properly. Seriously? I didn't even realize she was watching us. Aokana isn't the kind of person who has any problem with students dating, but she's also famous for chewing out anyone who's fooling around. So, what about Kurashina-san? I quickly changed the topic, which makes her don an odd motherly expression.
ちょっとな、頼みがあるんだ。
A favor?
別に難しいことじゃない。簡単なことだ。
She snickers, picks up her coffee mug, and takes a sip out of it. I'm getting deja vu here. Let's see. It's not just deja vu. She said those exact same words to me in the distant past. So yeah, seems like I'll be your instructor. Again, my name is Masaya Hinata. Is teaching her to fly or?
指導員って日向さんのことだったんですか？
It's been about 10 minutes since my conversation with Aoi-san. After we finished talking, I headed over to the courtyard and approached Kurashina-san, who had been waiting for me.
まさかの再会でしたね。
Yeah, I'm surprised too. You want me to teach her how to fly?
そう。マサヤなら最適だと思ってな。
Interesting. Even though we probably haven't really used him for quite some time, she still thinks that would be the best job for it. Best perfect person for the job. Interesting. So, is there nobody else at the school as... Well, maybe they are as good, but not as good as good with teaching it. Not too sure. But wouldn't you have an instructor, a proper teacher for that type of thing? So, yeah. Well, that is a simple favor. Do you want me to teach Kurashina-san, who is unfamiliar with grav shoes, how to fly? In urban cities, the use of grav shoes comes with certain limitations. For example, you can only use them at certain times and you need to get licenses. Okay, I was going to say, with a world that is really starting to develop in terms of this type of technology, I remember there was talk about it before being limitations, but I've completely forgot about it. I was wondering, why has she not learned how to fly by now, or what were the reasons for her not being as knowledgeable as she should be? But yeah, I guess there were quite large limitations. But here, a simple application is more than enough. As such, grav shoes are a dime a dozen here. Everyone knows how to use them, and they all rely on them too. However, shoes that allow to fly and flight itself are probably confusing for outsiders. That's why the authorities that hand out grav shoe licenses put some precautions in place.
公認指導員として働くのは久しぶりだろうけど、マサヤならブランクなんて関係ないと思ってね。
Okay. So when you said deja vu, I thought, okay, so he's done something like this before, but yeah, it seems like it. Well, you're probably right, but...
気が進まないのもわかるが、空から2人で来るぐらいのお気に入りなら問題もないだろう。
Miss Kagami?
ああ、言いたいことはわかる。別にそんな仲を疑ってるわけじゃない。でも、嫌な相手じゃないだろ。
Well, sure, I don't, but...
じゃあ決まりだ。今日の放課後から早速始めるから、校庭まで行ってくれ。
What they established is the Limited Area Flight Instructor System. Basically, it's a system where certified individuals teach beginners how to fly. And I'm one of those people. I earned my stripes a pretty long time ago, too.
ました。まさか日向さんが飛行の名人だったなんて私知りませんでした。
Kudashina-san says with sparkling eyes. Wouldn't really say I'm an expert. More like I'm just used to it, really. I answer curtly, to which she replies.
そうなんですか？でも鏡先生は名人だっておっしゃってました。
Meijin. That sounds almost like a master to me. I might be getting this wrong, but just 1 second. Yeah, I would really rather call it a master than an expert, but I mean, it's pretty minor, so I hope she didn't tell her anything unnecessary.
船島で生活するには暮らしの使い方をマスターするのがとても大切だと聞きました。
On the sounds of it, yeah. She bows to me after saying that, then continues.
なので頑張って覚えますのでご指導よろしくお願いします。
Sure, I'll do what I can. Man, she sure is motivated. Well, it's way easier to teach someone with motivation than someone who has absolutely zero interest, so I can't complain. Anyway, it makes sense that Kudashina-san's here, but is somebody else here? I spin around and heave a sigh in an exaggerated fashion. What's your reason? I get Misaki, but how about you, Arisaka?
悪友がこれから悪さしようとしてるのにそれを止めないわけにはいかないじゃない。
Right, she's just interested to see if anything were to happen, in terms of juicy gossip.
そうですよ。先輩だけで可愛い女の子独占とかそういうの良くないと思うんですよね。
Listen, I'm only doing this because Miss Kagami asked me to. I'm telling off the people who've come to interrupt us when...
日向さん、この方たちは？
Christina-san asks me about them with a puzzled expression. They're just outsiders. Ignore them, they aren't really worth your time.
はじめまして。2年 C 組の飛沢美咲です。常にお腹を空かせたキュートな女子高生でうどんとお菓子をくれたらどこでもついていきます。
Okay. Straightforward.
有坂真白です。1年 A 組です。美咲先輩の配下というかしもべというかそんな感じで楽しくやってます。私は真白とかまるとか好きに呼んでください。でも美咲ちでも真白くらいの
Wow, okay, that's a bit loud.
でもちょっと
What is that, background sound?
それ以外は何でもいいですよ。ところで暮らしの先輩はゲームとかやるんですか？ PS 級、4DS、タブレットとかスマホってのもありますよね。ちなみに私は
Okay, sound effects. Wow, that was really loud for me. Wait, did it only just end now? Okay, weird, okay. That's quite long. Look, now you have got all her confused. At least try not to speak over each other. Forget them. I'm going to teach you the basics of grab shoes.
よろしくお願いします。よろしく。お願いします。
I'm begging you guys, just keep quiet. After directing a glare at Misaki and her companion, I pick up a pair of grab shoes and get started with the explanation. We'll start with the history of these shoes. An instructor can't just teach a person how to fly and be done with it. Much like how a person has to learn the laws of the land when trying to get a driver's license, there are steps that must be followed. Sure, my methods may be a little irregular, but the overall rules remain the same. And so, I'll begin with the absolute basics, namely, the history of grab shoes. One important discovery 15 years ago laid the foundation for the invention of grab shoes. Before that, the only real way to fly were things like airplanes which used fossil fuels. However, 15 years ago, an experiment was conducted at a large Hadron Collider in Rajasthan state of India. In that experiment, scientists discovered particles that turned the very laws that govern the world upside down. You know what I'm talking about, right?
はい、反重力粒子の発見ですね。
I nod in response. The discovery of strange particles that defy gravity, anti-gravitons, led to a groundbreaking invention. That invention was... I clap the grav shoes I'm holding together. Anti-graviton shoes, which are commonly referred to as grav shoes. Most consider them to be the greatest invention brought about by the discovery of the anti-graviton.
そうなんですね。
What you need to understand is that it doesn't work by blocking gravity, or simply repelling it. Think of it more like how submarines float on the water. Kurashina-san gazes at the grav shoes in my hands with a look of admiration on her face. Alright, let's leave more history for another time and try flying a little.
いいんですか?
Yeah, we can break lessons on history into small chunks and spread them out. Also, grav shoe laws don't apply on school grounds, so you don't need to know them right away. Since the laws are based on those of driver licenses, beginners can practice on private ground. I walk over to Kurashina-san and press the buttons located on the heels of the grav shoes. Right, I've turned your shoes on. First, take a small step to open your legs like I taught you this morning.
さっきと同じようにですね。
Good. Now raise your heels while making sure to keep your balance.
はい。
Alright. All that's left is to speak the activation sequence whenever you're ready and slowly float up.
スピードとか大丈夫ですか? 急に速くなったりとか。
It starts off slow at first, just like a car, so you don't need to worry.
わかりました。
After taking a deep breath, Kurashina-san readies herself.
いっせーので。
Issei no de is more like ready, set, and go. Like I'm just edging myself to going in a sense. 2 to 1 is alright translation, I guess. Then she stretches her body upward and a faint mechanical whir can be heard, and following the chime of the startup sound, wings grow from Kurashina-san's grav shoes. They're just for show, but they do make the shoes look a lot better.
すごい。
Then slowly her body starts to float up into the air.
浮きました。動きました。やった。私飛んでます。
She's waving her hands at me like an overexcited kid at a water park.
倉科先輩楽しそうですね。ねえ、大丈夫なの？アスカちゃん。
Something wrong?
でもあんなに手バタバタさせてたらすぐにフラフラになっちゃう。急にバランスが。
Kurashina-san's body starts to jiggle left and right.
ほら。
Don't worry, I set the maximum altitude to 5 meters when I touched them. A little bird here on the tree. Oh, there's another one there.
ああ、なるほどね。
Kurashina-san keeps thrashing her arms and legs about, which makes her body flip.
落ちます。
She comes down to the ground butt first.
落ちる。
Despite the fact that she's already on the ground, she keeps kicking up her legs and flapping her arms.
あれ？
Before you realized, you suddenly found yourself on the ground, right? That's also a feature of grav shoes. I extend my hand toward Kudashina-san, grab her hand, and help her up. Okay, we're going to stop here for today.
はーい、お疲れ。お疲れ様でした。お疲れ様でした。
To serve as some additional practice, I choose to return to our neighborhood in the same manner as this morning. She obviously wanted to do more, or was unhappy with her failed performance. It's her first time flying, so my plan was to get her used to it little by little, but maybe the shock of not being able to fly properly got to her. She's being way too quiet. That was your first time flying on your own. There's no need to get worked up over it. Misaki told me that she couldn't fly straight during her first time too. We'll practice after school from now on. So, really? Her ongoing silence makes me worry that something's wrong. Listen, Kudashina-san, you have no reason to feel down. I don't know what to make of that expression. Kudashina-san? I figured she was pretty bummed, but this is something else. Okay. Oh! Her loud scream takes me by surprise. Then she fixates a resolute gaze on me. Yeah?
聞いてくれますか？
Go ahead.
さっきですね、ちょっとだけど飛んだ時、私、すっごく楽しかったんです。
Good to know.
ずっと地面ばかり歩いていた私が、こうやって空中でふわふわ動いてて、信じられない気持ちでした。なのに。
Her enraptured expression quickly turns to one of irritation as she continues.
もう全然落ち着くこともできず、あんなにフラフラとすぐに落ちちゃって、情けないったらありゃしません。だから。
She pierces me with that powerful gaze again and shakes her head so strongly that I can literally hear it.
明日からガンガン鍛えてやってください、コーチ。
Gotcha. I inadvertently agreed to her rather intense request. Hold on, coach?
やったー！ありがとうございます。
I mean, you were going to teach her anyway. Well, she seems awfully happy, so I guess it's fine.
とっても楽しみです。明日からどうやって飛ぼうかって考えると。
She happily mutters those words. I see. This is all kind of nostalgic to me. The awe I felt when I flew for the first time, and my wish to fly higher and higher. Those feelings that I'd left behind have now appeared right in front of me again. Yeah, this is nostalgic, alright.
それじゃあ失礼します。
Yeah, take care.
楽しみ。
Kudashina-san heads off home with a spring in her step, clearly showing that she's dying for tomorrow to come. Hope she'll do better tomorrow. I mutter as I watch Kudashina-san leave. Then I suddenly hear the sound of something cutting through the wind from the terminal. Is someone coming? The initially faint sound eventually goes louder, signaling that someone's coming. Ah, someone you know? I find a girl in the area I've directed my eyes. She has both her legs aligned straight and is carrying a bag on one arm. Her other hand is adjusting her flight trajectory. The way she's flying is smooth. I can tell her balance won't falter. I guess he doesn't know her. Though what's most impressive is the way she's using her eyes. She's lightly checking her surroundings while keeping her eyes on the flight path. The very definition of safe flight. How beautiful. There are varying degrees of beauty to even something as simple as basic flight. Form and whether a person can keep their flight path stable are two key factors. The form is determined by whether you can keep your back straight and your feet aligned. It's often compared to the form you maintain during swimming. As for the latter, well, it's based on whether you're flying straight, while also curving your body elegantly. Roughly speaking, those are what most people consider the criteria for beauty. And the girl who's flying in my direction is satisfying all those criteria. She's clearly more than qualified to be a certified instructor. I know it's unfair to compare them, but she's on a completely different level from Kurashina-san. Man, I bet Kurashina-san would have a great time if she could fly like that. Yeah, she's a textbook example. I should remember her form, make use of it when giving Kurashina-san advice. I pay close attention to the way she's moving her hands and legs, as well as how she's choosing her flight path. Huh? That uniform is... I got so caught up in watching her that I only now realized she's not wearing a Kunahama uniform. Oh, okay. I wasn't paying attention with the other uniforms either, so I didn't really take note of it. Takafuji? No, where is it from? While I ponder that question, the girl slows down as she approaches the terminal, then lands silently. She takes a breath, quickly straightens her clothes, and walks away. Even the way she's walking is just as graceful. That's something I'd tell Misaki to learn from. Honestly, Misaki's usually tottering around has me worried. Alright, time to head home, I guess. Once the girl was out of sight, I walked away. The sky has now been dyed by the sunset. Okay, I gotta mention the way they introduced that character. I'm pretty sure from the cover art and the main screen, I think that's the fourth and final heroine. The way they introduced her was actually pretty good. It's not some childhood friend or sister character or like a classmate or like a kohai type thing. Obviously we have a few other characters, but there's a character we don't have any relation to, don't even know what school she's from, and have no connection to her whatsoever, apart from the something he enjoyed in the past that she is good at. It's a good way of introducing a character. A good example for me, if I were to compare it, is May from Cafe Stella. A person who has no connections, or there was a slight connection, but not anything major. But yeah, it was very interesting. Okay, so let's see. Later that evening, I noticed something. I just want to see... There's a lot of space things in his room. And flight. Let's see. Okay. Got a laptop, headphones. Okay. Huh? Someone finally moved in next door. Okay, so this can either be one of two people. Asuka or the other girl we just met.
昼間、業者さんが家具運び込んでたからね。
Yeah, I have a feeling it's Asuka. While I was cooped up in my room dealing with my homework, my mom contacted me while through a walkie-talkie app. Okay. I'm just wondering why. Where did Asuka go? If it is Asuka, then where did she go after they landed? Because obviously they walked in different directions. She isn't very good with technology, so she's really happy that she got the knack of the app I taught her to use a while ago. That's why she keeps pointlessly contacting me through it's at home.
家主さんとはまだご挨拶できてないんだけど。
Oh yeah? The house next door has been vacant for 2 years. I always assumed it was going through some pretty hardcore renovations because of that. Hey, wait. The family moving in there has a kid around my age. They'd be transferring to my school. Yep. But it's the middle of April. Getting a transfer student 2 weeks after the start of the new school year is a little weird. I wouldn't say that. 2 weeks after the start... Well, in a sense, yes. Because... Sure, getting a transfer in the middle of the year is, I would expect to be okay, that's normal. But just 2 weeks after the start of a new year, it's a bit weird because normally you would want to at least try to get your child into the school before the school year starts. But 2 weeks have already been passed, so... Nah, no way. It can't be. That'd be a hell of a coincidence. Oh, the almost unbelievable timing of the doorbell ringing makes my heart skip a beat.
噂をすればお隣さんじゃない？
I'm just not used to this type of... I wouldn't really say culture or behavior. I don't know how I can really word this, but it's not something I've been experienced with or know of when it comes to where I am. Normally you don't really spend much time or conversations or even know your neighbors. Pretty sure you're right on the money.
マサヤ出てよ。
But you're on the first floor and I'm on the second, Mom.
母さん晩ご飯作るのに火を使っちゃってるもん。
I mean, whatever is being made isn't going to burn up in a fireball in 5 minutes. I can hear the sound of frizzling oil as she says that. Even so, fine. I can't quite tell whether I'm feeling anxious or excited, Joe. I make for the front door with a cold sweat running down my back. Oh, coming. Can't keep them waiting too long. I slide my feet into a pair of slippers and reach for the doorknob. Sorry for the wait.
夜分遅く申し訳ありません。
It was number 2. Interesting. The reason why I know it's number 2 is because these little things she has on her head. Huh? Who's this?
私、この度お隣に引っ越してまいりました。一ノ瀬と申します。
Ichinose-san bows her head to me.
本来ならば課長である両親が挨拶に来るのが筋ですが、仕事で時間が取れず申し訳ありません。
She got... I'm pretty bad with obviously knowing these types of things, because I'm not knowledgeable about noodles. Is that udon? No, not udon. There are different types of noodles. I'm pretty sure those are noodles.
両親と共にまたいずれ改めて家族全員でご挨拶させていただきますが、本日は私が代理で参りました。これからご近所としてご迷惑をおかけすることもあるかもしれませんが、ご指導ご鞭撻のほどどうぞよろしくお願いいたします。
Well mannered. Pretty good.
それでこれつまらないものですが、
that's it.
お蕎麦を打ってみました。よろしければどうぞ。
Handmade noodles as well.
何
Say something?
か失礼な点でもありましたか？ と何かしてしまったんですね。だとしても、そういう無視みたいなことは良くないことでは。
What? Huh? Ishinosu's voice suddenly drives me back to reality. I want to take in my surroundings. I notice that Ishinosu-san is flapping her mouth as though she's swallowing the words she was about to say. I'm sorry. Seems like a space out there. Weird time and moment to space out. I expected to see Kuroshina-san's face upon opening the door, which is why the unexpected or rather anticlimactic development stunned me. Did I do anything rude? Are you okay? Ishinose-san looks about ready to sink to her knees as she hears my words.
ごめんなさい。初対面の男の人に挨拶どころか意見なんて、私すっごく緊張しちゃって。
Yeah, so she's not usually around boys? That means the school she goes to is all girls school, or what exactly did I do wrong here?
挨拶聞かれてなかったんですよね。
Sorry.
では改めまして、隣に越してきました一ノ瀬リカと申します。
Rika.
よろしくお願いしますね。ヒューガさんってよろしいですか？
She probably misread the name, because I'm pretty sure Mashiro called him Hinata Senpai, and we know his name is obviously Masaya, so I think his name is Masaya Hinata. Yeah, it looks like she took a look at the door plate and read it as Hyuga. It's Hinata, Masaya Hinata. Thank you for the polite introduction.
ひなたさんでしたか。どうも失礼しました。
Don't worry about it. I was rude to you after all.
いえ、私決してそこまで責めるようなつもりで言ったんじゃなくてですね。
No, wait. That's not what I was trying to say either. The two of us bow our heads to each other a few times when... our eyes suddenly meet. Cute. Huh? How am I supposed to interpret that smile?
ごめんなさい。でもちょっとほっとしちゃって。
Why's that?
最初ひなたさんが無反応だったから、何か粗相があったかなって心配になって、一応ちゃんと挨拶の作法とか調べたんですけど。
She does things by the book. She really is like meticulous in terms of doing the right things.
でもそんな雰囲気じゃ済まなくて、もしかしたら新参者に冷たくするいじめとか飲酒なんかが残ってる土地なのかなって。
This isn't some secluded village. Don't worry. No one around here is like that. Hell, this is even a redeveloped new residential district here on Kunahama Island.
はい。ですから気のせいみたいでよかったなって。それにお隣さんもいい人みたいですし。
Huh? Found myself rendered speechless by Ichinose-san's smile.
あらあら、かわいいお客さんね。
That's my mom. Looks like she figured something was up since I didn't head over to tell her who it was.
夜分遅く申し訳ありません。私この度お隣に引っ越してまいりました。
そんなに緊張しないで。ただのお隣さんだから。
I'll leave things here to you then, Mom. Now that Mom's here, I can let her handle everything.
これつまらないものですが、お蕎麦を。
まあまあ、わざわざね。すごい。これ自分で作ったの？
Right as I'm about to leave, Ichino-sen directs about me with the upturned eyes, and I respond by lightly raising my hand. I walk down the hall, then stop in my tracks. And that's when it hits me. Yep. She's definitely the girl from earlier. I probably should have recognized her right away, but I was paying more attention to how she was flying than how she looked. At least I finally remember the face of the girl I saw earlier. If she's that good, then maybe she's... I shake my head to clear my mind. Then she's... interesting. And if she is, why should I care? Some sort of position in the more urban areas, she holds a better position, a higher position or something, I don't know. A little over an hour later, I return to my room after eating dinner. I really hit the spot. We had tempura my mom prepared with the soba that Ichinose-san brought. Sounds nice. According to what my mom found out, the original plan was to move in 2 weeks ago. Unfortunately, the renovations took longer than expected, so they had to stay in a hotel until just yesterday. Oh, okay. Ichino-san has already started her new school, and both her parents are working at their new jobs. By the way, Ichinose-san is a first year. Okay. She doesn't attend Kunahama, though. Oh well, whatever. She seems to be a nice girl, her soba is good, and she's a good flyer. That's all there is to it. Gotta thank her the next time we meet. You can probably meet sooner than you think. Curtains are open, next door's lights are on. So yeah. I think I'm gonna end the show for today. It's good. I'm really enjoying this. Of course, it's really minor gripes with the transitions, but I mean, I'm really enjoying this regardless. So I'm gonna try and not say anything about it. I'm just when I notice something in terms of the translation, I'm just gonna say right away what I think it is, what I prefer, type thing. But I won't make a big issue about it from now on. Anyway, characters. They're interesting. Asuka. Well, okay. So for now, the 4 characters. I'm pretty sure it's the 4. Yeah. So with these 4 characters, okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. Let's just go here. Then turn to title. Go here and let's go to the title so we can see them.
青の彼方のフォーリズム
Okay. So these 4 characters, we've gotten a bit of how they are in a sense. Not too much, but it's a bit. I was told, oh, not really told, but recommended that I save Asuka for last. And honestly speaking, I probably would have done that regardless. For now, just on preliminary thoughts on each character. I actually like Rika a little bit more than the other characters. If I were to put it in my order from the start, obviously this order might change as we go through the days. But for now, I think I might do Rika, Misaki, Mashiro, and then Asuka. So 1, 2, 3, 4 is my order I'm thinking of. But I might change it up because obviously if I do the routes I prefer all in the beginning, I might feel like it's dragging on in the end, you know? But obviously I feel like the stories can get even better and better, so I don't think that's going to be the case. So it might actually be Rika, Mashiro, Misaki, then Asuka. But yeah, so with Rika it was interesting as well. Like it was a great introduction to the character, with no connection to the main character, just somebody that lives in the area. I did not expect it to be a next door neighbor kind of character. Obviously, it's not the type where they grew up next door neighbors, so it's not like they knew each other from the past. That's at least not happening. So there is some connection. The reason why I kind of didn't want there to be a connection was the random encounters you happen upon to see them in the town. For me, adds a bit more mystery. You don't know much about them, but you keep seeing them. Or a good example for me, for those that know, obviously I don't think this is a spoiler because you probably won't know what I'm saying. For a series called Hoshizora no Memoria, Wishing Upon the Starry Sky, I think it's English. There's a character in through each playthrough. You see a character just randomly throughout the playthrough, and I thought that was probably one of my favorite moments in visual novels. Just something new you see in each playthrough is something I really enjoy. So I was expecting something similar in a sense, where we just randomly come across Rika here and there. But that's alright. Still not a major connection, but it's interesting. So we have so far two second years and 2 first years. I actually just realized now that the way I've ordered them now is the first year, second year. But there's no third year, which is, to me, quite... how can I say this? I can't really say unusual, but normally you would have at least like one person that's like an older... not older, but you know, like at least a year older than you, the main character. I say that, but obviously I can't really think of any examples. But yeah, so far the characters are interesting. Can't wait to know more about their backstory and their anything interesting in regards to it. Because from what I've known with visual novels is there tends to be 1 or 2 roots that have drama. Either a sad backstory, or someone with an illness, or something might happen during the story itself, or something like that. So far it doesn't seem like anybody has any bad backstories, like sad backstories. So we can only expect something to happen during the playthrough. But so far I'm looking forward to it. Getting to know each character, the story, and see where this goes on forward. But one thing I got to mention though, I wonder if you can actually see it in extras. No, I still don't have access to it. Okay. When we showed the picture of, or it was a few times, but the one that made me really think about it was when Rika was handing us the soba noodles. I've noticed it before then as well, but the drawing of some of the CG is really good. I say CG, but normally when I think of CG, you think of the art pieces, the still images, I should say. But you can tell it feels, or because not these days most things are done on a computer or something like that, or tablets, things like that, with the drawing and things like that. I don't know what I'm saying. But this one, it feels a lot more analog, more hand drawn's not the right word either. It just feels like it was sketched properly in a sense. That wasn't. Yeah, it's really hard for me to really word, but I'm enjoying the art, I should say. The design as well. Yeah. So yeah, can't wait to see what happens next. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna meet up with Rika again pretty soon from that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. See you all, and I'll Please let me know what you thought, and I'll see you all next time.